All right, hi guys. So this is going to be another collective reading. So I have I'm going to use the Sacred Web Tarot as well as the Midnight Magic Tarot. This is my mushroom deck. And then the messages. All right. So what does the collective who's watching right now need to know for their highest timeline? What does the collective who's watching right now need to know for their highest timeline? All right. So we have the Emperor card, clarifying the Temperance card. Two trumps. Okay. Okay, before I speak on that, let's go ahead and get this first. All right, so what does the collective need to know right now for their highest timeline? What does the collective who's watching need to know right now for their highest timeline? One more. So we have the Three of Wands card, the Cedar Apple Rust, clarifying the King of Swords, Destructive Foliota. Destructive Foliota. Okay. I have the book out right here. Just simple definitions about what these are. Okay. All right. So what does the collective who's watching right now need to know for their highest timeline? What do they need to know right now? All right. Okay. Okay. Specimen, look closer. Oh. Kind of looks like a petri dish now. Specimen. Baba Yaga. Through in an Aquarius reading a while ago. Okay, Starry Night. Into the Wild. Into the Wild. We have, it's sitting right underneath this mushroom energy. And in that movie, he died because he picked the wrong mushrooms. Coraline. That also came through in an Aquarius reading. Coraline. And the Baba Yaga. Okay. And King of Swords is Aquarian energy. Interesting. Then we have Facebook Messenger. Amy Winehouse. Valerie. That came through for me the other day. Song. Peaches. I was just talking about this in the last collective reading. Peaches. Pilgrimage. Okay, and the last one. Something set the alarm off. Interesting. That's sitting slightly, pretty much, mostly underneath the Coraline energy, which is now reminding me of the Beldam. Something set the alarm off. A Beldam energy, potentially. All right. Okay. So, now we have the cards. Okay, so the Emperor card. leadership, the more outward forms of leadership, directive, control, presidential. He's like the one that all the kings answer to. He is technically the combination of all four king energy. Having reached a peak within all the suits, this could be just within a certain situation, within a partnership, within, something just even just very specific. What you have knowledge on, your wisdom. Like, we'll see what this is about. So the Emperor card. He came through in one of the Aquarius readings. About charging ahead. It even came through as like horse energy as well. Passionate. It's Aries energy, and we're in the year of the fire horse. Okay, and that's clarifying the Temperance card. This has come out in a few readings from my last line of readings. Really a pretty beautiful way. Kind of like this central thing, like something happening, and it's like drawing in these two different birds. Like even a single, like a vision, a mission, just something that's uniting these two things. And right underneath it, we have specimen, look closer. And that kind of, like, just because of that, it just, like, immediately made me think of a petri dish. Something under the scope. Something being looked at. Science labs. With, okay, well, let's not get too far ahead. Let's finish going into this first, and then we'll get back into the messages. So here we have the Three of Wands, the Cedar Apple Rust. Let's read that real quick. Three of Wands. Okay. This is the card of travel, and similarly, the Cedar Apple Rust is the fungus of travel in its universe. Yellow-orange powdery spores are transferred between apple and cedar host trees by attracted insects or a steady breeze. Okay, sorry guys. Yellow-orange powdery spores. The reason why I'm kind of like focused in on this, because in the last collective reading, I was talking about the essential oils, and I was talking specifically how I have lemon and orange in this right now, and yellow-orange just like made me think of that. Yellow-orange powdery spores are transferred between apple and cedar host trees by attracted insects or a steady breeze. Okay. All right. So that's clarifying the King of Swords. A kingly decomposer, the destructor or the destructive Pholiota breaks down decaying wood efficiently. This is a large mushroom that bursts from the cracks of aspen and poplar logs like a butterfly from a cocoon, which is also a traditional totem for the King of Swords. Oh. A butterfly is a traditional totem for a King of Swords energy? I didn't know that. Okay. So like a butterfly bursting forth from a cocoon. That intense... Oh, I can see that now. Okay. Very interesting. But we have a dragonfly on here. Always reminds me of my grandpa. He was very much a King of Swords. Okay. All right, so now we have specimen, look closer. So I already kind of went into that this feeling of like a petri dish. Like even like two scientists looking at something under a scope, trying to understand it. Like, what is this? Why is it reacting like it is? Then we have Baba Yaga halfway underneath this, and the Emperor card. So, all right, sorry guys. All right, so Baba Yaga, sitting between these two. So Baba Yaga, I know a lot of people have different opinions about like goddess and gods. Like the work that is done around that. I have a more of like an archetypal understanding of everything. And I more so like allow an energy to introduce itself to my life. I don't ever like go looking for that energy. We have Baba Yaga come out, and that's a big one that's come through in my life that's like shown up for me in very, very helpful ways. And so Baba Yaga, with this energy, this is quite, like, I normally see this as a beautiful energy. This could even be like two people who love each other, like coming together, like, you know, this like emotional experience. It doesn't have to be that though. It feels almost sciencey in a way. But Baba Yaga, even like co-creating with an energy, allowing it to come into your life, like even having a focus, trying to understand something and wondering like what the medicine is to help you with that. And like even having like this energy, like you could say like the Baba Yaga energy coming into your life, like this is what's here to help you. Like you needed something to help, you're asking for something, Baba Yaga has shown up. It's also very much connected to John Wick energy. If you like the John Wick series, it's another big one that's come through in my life. Very, very much so. Shadow energy. This is very much about like shadow work. Hunting things in the dark. Things that are preying on you even within the dark. Baba Yaga sees that. Very much shadow work energy. We have this energy in the dark sitting right here. So Baba Yaga, how is that sitting? Oh, it's on this side. Baba Yaga is sitting right here between both cards, bridging these two things together. Baba Yaga, either helping empower you and pulling you into this Emperor energy, helping propel you forward, giving you the fuel, the answers that you need, reconnecting you even to your shadow. It feels like there's a need for your shadow right now. We have some weird thing going on over here as well. The being aware of like bad mushrooms And then this core line energy with something set the alarm off, which reminds me of a Beldam energy. Someone trying to weave a false story around you. Spider energy is beautiful and like one of the most sacred energies in my life. But Beldam energy can be like the bad spider energy, which is like a bad weaver, false information, falsifying, parasitic, preying on something to steal its life or its energy. That's what I'm feeling like right here. Baba Yaga is the answer. It's like here to help. However you believe in the Baba Yaga, if it's more of a spiritual thing for you, or if it's metaphorical, or archetypal embodiment, like John Wick energy. And I don't believe in harming people, like physically, like, but John Wick energy has come through in my life in big, big ways. It's one of the most like important energies within my shadow work. Being able to hunt things down successfully, false energy, things that have done you wrong, injustice. That's how John Wick energy showed up in my life. It's the energy of justice in my life, which is Baba Yaga. But we didn't get John Wick, but that could be something like on an energetic level to work through right now. But Baba Yaga, yeah, maybe just investing in Baba Yaga. Look it up. Look up the stories around her. Yeah. Just feels like it's really helping you with this. Your emperorship. Working with you, co-creating with you, helping you get some kind of justice here, or prevent something from like whatever this thing is, preventing it or unraveling its web, however that's going to come through. We have the King of Swords here, which can cut right through something, literally just like cut right through it, penetrate it. That's going to cut through a web. Okay, it's because it's words, normally like webs, words, things woven, storytelling. King of Swords, holding the ultimate truth in something, the ultimate say. What's that saying just like came through in kind of a cloudy way just now? Do what I say, but not what I do. That sounds like a false person. Someone's saying something but not doing what they say. Do what I say, but not what I do. That sounds very narcissistic. Like someone who wants you to follow what they say, but they don't follow what they say. Cutting through that. What is that? All right. Okay. Okay, so then we have Starry Night sitting underneath this energy fully. Ooh. Starry Night. I was just thinking about stargazing the other night. Just like love stargazing. I don't really do that like where I am here, but when I was at my grandmother's house, she just has like a really open yard, just like beautiful stargazing. But Starry Night, something beautiful. Oh, holy night. Holy night. Witnessing something, like even like a natural phenomenon, shooting star. That just sounds like beautiful. Like even just laying outside, taking a break from life, just sitting underneath the night sky, just looking at the stars. Even on like a new moon, just being able to see everything clearly. I have a lot of light pollution where I live. I live in around a pretty big city, so if you like live in like, you know, or even camping, that's another thing. Just yeah, a starry night. This sounds like something peaceful. Or holy night, like however that just came through for you. It's sitting underneath this emperor energy, this leadership, focused, knows where it's going, busts through walls, ram energy, not afraid to like slam into something. Bust through something. With starry night though, that seems almost like opposite energy. Even a veil, being able to accurately go through a veil. Focused, knowing that you're going to be led even in like darkness. He looks like he's surrounded by darkness, but he's moving quickly. Seems like trust, like faith. You have this Baba Yaga energy, like supporting you, like coming to you. Okay, then we have into the wild. Into the wild with this cedar rust apple, the spreading of spores, helping draw in insects. Into the wild. So this isn't really a mushroom. This is more so a like a fungus, right? More so a fungus? I believe so. But into the wild, he died because he picked the wrong mushrooms. That's literally how that story ends. And this is the mushroom deck. But we have a fungus and not a mushroom that it's underneath. And I was talking about using lemon and orange. In the last collective reading, the essential oils message came through. And how that's what I have in my thing right here. Lemon and orange, and that the yellow and the orange, that's how that just came through for me. Using it but not eating it. Using it as medicine but not necessarily. Unless that just means like you need to eat some more lemons and oranges. I think it's coming through for me in a different way right now. It's interesting. Drawing in something. Thinking about the lemon and the orange, drawing something in. Oranges are sweet, or more sweet, and lemons are more sour. A mix of sweet and sour. Or into the wild. Could be like about camping, like I was just talking about, or going outside, being out in nature a little more. Okay, then we have Coraline here. Coraline. So Coraline is about, it's a animation. It's about a girl who moves to a new town and her parents, so it pretty much takes place, the majority of it, around her home. And she's trying to figure out things to do. And her parents are really focused on their work, like, and there's not like food in the refrigerator. And she kind of gets swept up in, like, you could say, like, an imaginatory realm, this other space. And in the other space, it's full of caring parents and food, plenty of food, clothes, has everything that she was lacking from her actual real life. Coraline. But this could just represent, like, even just the inner child or something more innocent or naive within your life. Could just be very simple like that. Coraline, yeah, has come out in an Aquarius reading, but it also just recently came out in a Pisces reading as well, 2 readings ago. Coraline. Let's see more what this is about. Before I go down like the wrong, hole. Okay, so Facebook Messenger is sitting right underneath the King of Swords. Facebook Messenger, King of Swords, that sounds like communication. Direct communication, cutting through something. Holding a strong stance. And I got that energy. Do as I say, but not as I do. That's false. Whereas the King of Swords is like someone who's entrusted to speak the absolute truth, regardless of any discomfort. It's literally like a courtroom, like judge, like someone speaking a final truth on something, cutting through something, making a verdict. I know Queen of Swords is more like Libra energy, which is justice. But King of Swords, I would say Queen of Swords is more like of the like empathetic energy around the emotional energy around justice, whereas the King of Swords is more of like the mental, like the more like finality, more of like the emotion taken out of it. What are the facts here? What was done? What is A? What is B? What is C? How did Z happen? Cutting through. We were also talking about like spiritual surgery or some kind of surgical energy. King of Swords is going to have this whole thing, and he's going to know right how to pinpoint the needlehead on something. Cutting right through, right where it's needed, puncturing. To tell the truth, the absolute truth. So help you God. The full truth. That's the good King of Swords energy, the absolute truth. The full truth. Whereas the other one that was just coming through when I was like talking about Coraline was do as I say but not as I do, which is a nasty King of Swords energy, a false King of Swords. We'll see what that is. Okay. And yeah, just remember we have this Baba Yaga energy right here, kind of like helping. This is the energy that's going to naturally balance whatever this is. It's coming in for you. Feels very protective, a guide in some way, or an embodiment of energy that you're holding, or that is naturally surrounding you right now. Okay, so then we have Amy Winehouse. And interestingly, just the other day, Valerie, that song kept coming through for me. I didn't look it up though, because I get a lot of different like downloads like throughout the day. And if something like is intensely, like if I hear it like 5 times, I'll finally go look it up. And usually there's a reason, you know, why, or it'll be made a, you know, clear later on. But oh, Amy Winehouse, Valerie. I haven't listened to this song in a long time. I used to love it. She's singing it about a friend. Or even like a girlfriend. However you're taking this, like it's, it can be platonic, but it can also be, gay feeling. Okay, whenever messages come through, I trust that if however it comes through, I have the message that is needed. So right now, I didn't go listen to Valerie, which means like right now, what I have on it right at this moment is what is needed. That could just be a simple message for you to go look into. So Amy Winehouse. Even just checking out Amy Winehouse, like, you know, she's someone that's passed on because of her drug use. She used to have, she used to have one of just the most like beautiful, kind of raspy, natural talent musically with her voice. I did not just, last year, I was kind of going through something, and I was like, you know, what you do when you are like healing from like relationships. I was listening to the Love is a Losing Game by Amy Winehouse. And that's very much how I felt at one point. Just when you feel like you've poured like so much into something, followed your spiritual guidance, like whatever this is, like, and just keep coming up empty and not knowing what else to do. It feels like it can feel like a losing game. Like, I don't know what else to do here. Like, I've literally done everything that I can do. Amy Winehouse. That doesn't have to be with love. That can be just like, you know, for something else in your life. But we have the Valerie. I kept hearing Valerie. And now we have Amy Winehouse right here. So that could be just a message for you guys. I'll probably check it out right after this just because. Yeah. All right, then we have Peaches. And, oh wait, first, hold on. Amy Winehouse is sitting right underneath Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga. Amy Winehouse. Connecting Baba Yaga energy with this Emperor energy. Valerie. That's like, whenever I see this card, not all the time, it's come through in many different ways, but it just feels like love. Like holding like, sorry guys, I had a full memory. I forgot to delete some stuff, so that's done. All right, so we were talking about this. Yes. We're talking about this even being about love. It doesn't have to be. Even just holding like a passionate, loving truth, like between two people. Like these two birds seeing this single thing, like an intention, like what they want for their life. And they both are drawn together by it. Like this is both a truth that they're holding. This Emperor energy, even this energy charging towards this, knowing its truth. Being inspired, knowing the shadow, But with the Amy Winehouse sitting underneath the Baba Yaga, maybe even having like a change of mind or getting more clarity on something, understanding something, specimen, look closer. The Baba Yaga, justice, getting even justice in love, looking closer at something, understanding, charging in, charging through, busting through a veil even. With this Amy Winehouse, I don't know why this is here, unless like Amy Winehouse, like check out her music, wherever this is coming through, like even beyond the 2 songs that I just said. And maybe it might be one of those 2 songs that are gonna do this, because those are the 2 that I'm thinking about. But just like however that's coming through for you, yeah, it's gonna bring some kind of level of like shadow justice. Break through something that was woven in the dark, even something, some kind of Beldam energy. Yeah, I keep thinking about that energy over here. Do as I say, but not as I do. Whatever that is about. Okay, so now we have Peaches. The Peaches energy. So Peaches also came through in the last reading. I was talking about intuitive messages, like setting your intentions and allowing answers to come through, or even just like holding an awareness. Like I've seen like Peaches like 5 times today or in the last few days. What is like almost like understanding like how things echo. Just like in my own life, I set intentions, or like if I need healing for something, or have like I'm wanting to heal this within my body or on my body, and I set an intention like I want to heal this, like show me how to heal this, I'm going to do it. And allowing those answers to come in, and I usually get just intuitive like hits on like essential oils, or just like something in like some kind of medicinal thing, and it always works. It's always the solution. Or like I'll go to a video and someone's like very adamant, like do this, check this out, and it's like some kind of like medicine or medicinal thing, when that had nothing to do with like why I clicked on the video, but that was like an answer, it came through. Just holding space around that. And like I said, Peaches came through in the last reading. I was talking about that, the last collective reading, how I just kept seeing peaches everywhere. So I just bought peaches, frozen peaches. Like it's not that season right now, but peaches is just important for me to be eating right now. So I'm eating peaches, frozen peaches. But yeah, so peaches, trusting what your intuition is bringing in. Like what kind of things, like what are you putting out there? What are you needing answers on? What have you asked for answers on or clarity on? And what are the echoes? What are you seeing, like even like these like ripples? What are you seeing the ripples of, like over and over and over again? Like even just intuitively, like what is that? Why is that coming in like that? Why have I seen peaches 5 times in the last couple days? You know? And just check in spiritually, either with your tarot cards, your prayer, like whatever you do, just like check in and just ask it like a deeper question, or get clarity. Okay. So, yeah, peaches, like I said, not that gross King of Swords, whatever that is, but like literally like I do what I say, like what I'm telling you right now, like do what you say. You're telling this to people, do what you say. Eat your peaches. If that's coming in, eat your peaches. Right? Okay. So pilgrimage. Okay, so pilgrimage is sitting underneath into the wild, and that was technically what he was doing what did he call himself? Super Tramp? Forgot what his first name was. Into the Wild, it was a pilgrimage. Went to Alaska, if I remember correctly. So a pilgrimage can be like a spiritual thing, a spiritual journey, going on a different or a new adventure. A pilgrimage can tend to be like spiritually related or religious in some way. The Pilgrim's Journey. That was important. I went to a private school, a very religious private school, and the Pilgrim's Journey was a book or some kind of whatever technically is called, but that we were really focused on for a time. The pilgrimage. Knowing that there's always going to be many different obstacles on the path, but they're there to test you and for you to understand deeper about who you are. Yeah. When you go through tests in life or bumps, like, it's a big learning lesson for yourself. Like, is that right for me? Do I need to change something? Or is that something that someone else has like put on me? Like, really getting clear. I know people who are super like empathetic and can almost like reason through things. Like, that's like very much how I've been in my life. I can literally reason through things so far that like I can just reason the injustice out of my life, if that makes sense. Like, I've gone through a lot of, like, you could say, very unjust things. But I just have had like so much empathy in my life to where I'm like, well, you know, wounded people wound people, or you know, all these things where you like reason like bad actions out of why someone did something, and you can like tend to give them like a free pass. That's been a very, very toxic energy in my life, and I very much have had to harness like my shadow and like setting down my foot, because yeah, empathy can be very toxic, and there can be people that prey on that because they know that you can empathize things all the way out. And just like being very clear, because this is sitting somewhat underneath the core line, halfway underneath the core line energy. A Beldam. Like, you could, if you think about it, like just being extremely empathetic, you could reason, you can make reason and excuses for the Beldam's actions. Like, go all the way back and say at some point they were a child, they were innocent. They have an inner child within them. I know I've done that many times with people. Like, I even deeply respect people that I just do not like at all. I just feel like it's just on a karmic level, that's just something that I have from my life that I hold. But just being very clear with maybe even like, this person doesn't need to be in my life. Doesn't matter how much like I can forgive them, or I can like hold up like empathy for them. Like, this could even be just like cutting someone out of your life completely and maybe holding respect and empathy. Whatever this is for you, it's going to be different for everyone. But we have set the alarm off right next to pilgrimage and right underneath core line and Facebook Messenger. Something set the alarm off. Just reminds me of the Beldam. When Coraline first kind of started getting like bad vibes, like from the Beldam, like the Beldam was like weaving her in and enticing her. And then it starts setting those alarms off. Like when the Beldam said, well, now I'm going to take your eyes. Do you want all this? You know, like, look, you have all this food, you know, you have loving parents, but we need your eyes. Like, I want to put buttons in your eyes. And Coraline instinctively knew that something was off. That's weird. That's not right. Something feels wrong here. And it was. The Beldam was weaving this like beautiful illusion around her, trying to steal her soul, feed on her. So something set the alarm off. And that's sitting underneath this Coraline in Facebook Messenger. That's another thing. If you're being spiritual, if something is coming through right now, like a person, or just, if this is just really like ringing a bell for you right here, maybe check into that. Something feels a little funky. Facebook Messenger, if someone's messaged you, even through like a social media, or maybe just checking Facebook Messenger out, some old messages even. Sitting here with the King of Swords, there's going to be clarity. Something's going to puncture through. Or even who you are is going to puncture through something. Like whatever this is, something set the alarm off. Something's tripped over your... So this is a... Whenever I get this message, that's something for me in my own life, that someone's tripped over my spiritual alarm, like my boundaries. Someone set the alarm off. Someone's purposely crossed over a boundary that I've set. Someone's done something intentional. That can be karmic, a karmic energy, good or bad. Like, but that's just how it, the energy that's surrounding it right here feels funky. It's really giving me that the Beldam vibes. And you have Baba Yaga here showing up as a justice energy. Yeah. This natural balance. So Baba Yaga energy is naturally balancing whatever this energy is over here. That's pretty intense. Like Baba Yaga isn't an energy you want to mess with. Pilgrimage. Spiritual journey. Yeah, it just seems like your boundaries, something's been crossed. Or just a need to check your alarm systems, like just do some tests, like physically in your world, if that's what's ringing true for you, like however this is coming through for you. But sitting here with Facebook Messenger, some kind of form of communication, some kind of, because we have Facebook Messenger, which is a form of communication between two people, two groups, two whatever. And then with King of Swords, which is literal words. King of Swords, sword energy. All right. So specimen, look closer. Look closer. What do you see? What is this flower representing to you? What do these two birds represent to you? What do the ripples represent to you? So I don't like to focus like on the bottom card. Like I bring it in only if it's ringing something for me or setting an alarm off for me. We have this card right underneath this. This card came through in an Aquarius reading. We have a lot of Aquarius energy right here. Messages that have helped Aquarians right here. but this energy has come through as parasites. Parasitic energy, specifically that that parasite that inhabits insect bodies. Oh, insects. Drawing insects to it. Orange and lemon. This could represent something else for you. Something naturally drawing insects in. Understanding which one is coming through in your life. This is coming through in a good way for me, but it might not be coming in a good way for you, because yellow and orange is representing medicine in my life, aromatherapy. Something drawing insects in. That's good energy. This is parasitic energy where it inhabits insects, activates a dead host or a dying host. That was how it came through in the in an Aquarius reading. Someone storytelling. That was how it came through. Okay. This came through as someone weaving a false story and trying to push it in like a parasite trying to push into a host, like trying to convince someone that whatever their story is untrue. It was the donkey thing. So Donkey from Shrek. We were talking about how that woman was trying to sell him because he was a talking donkey. She was trying to sell him for money. But he ran away. I forgot how he got out of there. But it's almost like that energy coming back in, like that woman who sold him coming back in and saying, I didn't actually try to sell you for money. That's not really true. You know, you have it wrong. Like that kind of, that narcissistic kind of gaslighting energy, trying to convince you your story isn't your story, or the truth isn't your truth. That parasite energy trying to convince a host of something that is false. Beldam. This very much came through in an Aquarius reading. That Beldam energy, trying to push forth a false story, trying to impregnate a false story into something. You have Baba Yaga energy naturally here protecting it. The shadows, that's not going to lit that. If you think about that, that's shadow right here. It's not going to lit it through. Protecting you in some way. So Baba Yaga is a pretty intense energy, and it can come through in, it can fiercely come through as a protective energy, or fiercely come through as something because of karma. Just think of John Wick. Ugh, that's gross energy. Trying to infect a healthy host. We have the birds here. Literally 2 birds here. But this looks like a healthy truth. They look free. They don't look captive. Specimen, look closer. And that just reminds me of a petri dish. Maybe even looking at the parasite. What that parasitic energy was or is. However that's coming through for you. Like this could represent different things for you. Can just, yeah, however that's coming through. Know what your message is. Like just being very clear about that. What is your message? Because this can be quite a beautiful energy and something trying to even just try to infect one of the birds or one of these energies from its true vision. Knowing how to, the Baba Yaga energy, cutting that off, the King of Swords, cutting that off, not letting that energy get in. Focusing, making clear what you're focused on. Specimen, look closer. Be very clear with what you're looking at or what's going on. Ask questions. King of Swords is a thorough energy. It's going to ask the questions. It's going to be, if it has to ask 100 questions, it's going to ask 100 questions to get the absolute truth. It's going to speak the absolute truth. What do you need me to say? I'm going to speak it. I'm going to speak it. Doesn't matter if it comes out funky. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be the absolute truth. Courtroom. Okay, so specimen. Look closer. Okay. Baba Yaga. Protection. Protecting even the innocent. An inner child. So we have Coraline here. Yeah, shadow energy. Very much. This is the good shadow. Your good shadow energy. That energy that's like stepping up. Very much shadow work just feels very important right here. With this. Keep going. If something's trying to convince you to stop, keep going. Follow your guidance. Get clarity. Not letting a Beldam weave something around you. Yeah. So however this is coming through for you, this could almost be like the natural vibrations from something beautiful rippling out, and that's what's drawing these two energies in. All right. Shadow. Starry night. Knowing what is healthy and what is not. Oh yeah, we were talking about this. Yeah. Understanding something, where's it coming from? Is it originating from this? Or is it something that's being trying to be woven around this? Trying to even muddy the water, muddy what something is, know where it's coming from, what it is. What are the vibrations, the reverberations? What's trying to be put onto it opposed to what's coming out of it? Yeah, and busting through that. That's following like even your spiritual guidance, like your spiritual guidance. Trusting the messages that you're receiving, your intuition, Baba Yaga, embodiment, whatever it is that you work through or work with. Starry night. Okay, and then into the wild. Into the wild. With this Three of Wands energy. Into the wild. It could even be travel. It was talking about travel. In the definition. See these little birds here. Oh, yeah, there are birds right there. Know what is natural. Now I'm thinking about like this naturally attracts insects. Natural. Naturally healing. To the wild. Knowing what the right mushrooms are. You could even say like with like downloads or information, knowing what is what. Knowing the questions that you've asked. Understanding what the answers that you're receiving are for. Coraline. Coraline sitting between Three of Wands and King of Swords. Knowing something, understanding intuitively when the alarms are going off around something, paying attention and not letting it go. Like, even if it's just like, so King of Swords can hold a truth and it doesn't need to speak it. It can gather all the information, an intellectual truth, a factual truth. It can gather all the facts, the evidence, and then make a clear decision. It can ask the 100 questions and make a clear decision. Knowing when something feels off, when something feels weird, and knowing how to ask the questions, like, hunt the answer down. Like, this feels off. Let me ask a bunch of questions that can see all the way around this thing and gather all the evidence around it, every perspective, every viewpoint. We were just talking about the orcas in the last collective reading. When they're hunting down a prey, they kind of like pop up around this like central point, like getting all like a viewpoint of seeing like, is this prey or what is this? King of Swords. Okay. And then travel, then making action on it. Putting action behind the truth. Yeah, the appropriate energy. I say as I do. I do as I say. And not the opposite energy. Do as I say, but not as I do. Then we have Facebook Messenger. Again, if this is like someone, or if this is like ringing a bell for you, check that out. Ask some questions. There's something that's coming through for me right now. Very, very, trust your intuition, whatever is coming in right now. Very, very interesting. Okay, so Amy Winehouse underneath the Baba Yaga. So just check out Amy Winehouse. Like, see what this means for you. This, it just feels like it's connected to justice. It's connected to your intuition. It's connected to answers that are coming in your life. It's coming in as something that is safe. Well-meaning. I just heard well-meaning. So starry night. Like sitting under a starry night. Chill. Relaxed. Looking at the stars. No light pollution, even. Pilgrimage. Understanding the journey, understanding obstacles, understanding even the karma of obstacles. Understanding who you are because of what you've gone through, because of the challenges. A pilgrim's journey, maybe check that out. It's religious, but if that's just something that's being called to you or called for you to look into, just, yeah. Okay, and then something set the alarm off. This is setting off an alarm for me. So just like if something, just like I said, if something is coming through, if you're really feeling like, yeah, just, or ask questions, like get a clear understanding of what this might be about for you. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Just a lot's going on around me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. So, yeah, I hope this inspired some questions for you to ask in your own life. Really get to the bottom of whatever that is. Some good alchemy, maybe watch the Coraline movie or Into the Wild. Listen to some Amy Winehouse. Look into Baba Yaga. Look into like pilgrimage stuff, like around goddess energy or even religious pilgrimage. Yeah, all right. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I wish you guys well, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.